Hi everyone, Casey Chung here. So you got a new Zoom PodTrak P4. Well, congrats to you. I think you're going to like it a lot. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up your new Zoom PodTrak P4 quickly so you can start recording right away. I'm also going to tell you about some useful accessories to get to make the most out of your new PodTrak P4. So let's get started. Okay, so after you've done unboxing your new PodTrak P4, what you want to do is to first insert two AA batteries inside the rear compartment door of the PodTrak P4, and then turn on the your unit here. This is the on-off button right here off to the side, and it'll take maybe like a few seconds or longer for the screen to come on right here. So the first thing your PodTrak P4 is going to prompt you to do once the screen is fully activated, it's going to ask you to set the time and date. So go ahead and set the time and date using these buttons right here. So you'll use the record button, which is the same as the enter button. You're going to use this button right here, which is the same as the down button, and this other button here, which is the same as the up button, and this menu button. So you'll be using a combination of these 3 or 4 buttons here to move up and down the screen to enter the date and time. If you need assistance, I would suggest you to refer to the quick guide instructions that came in the box. All right, so assuming you've done that, then the next thing you want to do is to insert an SD card inside the left side right here of your PodTrak P4. There's a door right here. Open that door and insert the SD card properly. It only goes in one direction, not the other. Let's see. The next thing you want to do after that is let's go into the menu button right here. So press the menu button right here. And then what you want to do is you want to scroll down to where it says settings. So where it says settings right there, press the OK button, press the enter button to get into it. There we go. And now what you're going to see is, let's go to the top of the screen here. So at the very top of the screen, you're going to see where it says USB mix minus. So go ahead and press the enter button here to go into that setting. And by default, yours might be turned off. What you want to do is you want to make sure it's turned on. And the reason why you want it to be on is because that way you can be able to bring on remote guests using channel 3 and 4 without having the unwanted echo feedback. So it's important to have that turned to on by toggling either the up or down button here, up or down, and then to get to on, and then to have the check mark, you press the enter button here, and then once that's done, then you press the menu button to get out of that. So the next one down is set date and time. You've already done that at the very start, so go ahead and scroll down. Where it says LCD screen, you want to change that probably. So go ahead and press the enter button. And I think the default setting out of the box is at 5. It goes from, I think, like 1 up to 10. This is a black and white dot matrix screen. It's very simple. There's no color, there's no touch screen. So what I had to do was that's the default, 5 right there. And I don't know if you can see it through the camera, but it's a little bit faded, like it's too light. So press the up button to go to 6. And here's what 7 looks like. Here's what 8 looks like. That might be too much. So I like my setting at 6. So you can be able to see darker font text. And go ahead and press enter. All right, so moving on. If you scroll down, you'll see battery. Go ahead and press enter. And I believe the default is alkaline. So the 2 AA batteries that came in the box are alkaline batteries. So if it's already checked, then just leave it at that and then go to menu. The other choices are, if you scroll down to the next one, that's NIMH for nickel metal hydride. I believe those are for rechargeable batteries. The next choice down is lithium. So for now, keep it at alkaline. Press the OK button here, or the enter button. It's already done in this case, and then press the menu button to get back to the main settings menu, and then scroll down. Next point is auto power off. Go ahead and press the enter button. I like it better when it's off. I don't like for the unit to power off by itself, so I like to have it off. I suggest you do that as well. So moving on, by pressing the menu button to get to the main screen again, scroll down to get to SD card. So press enter. Now, assuming that you've inserted a brand new SD card into the side door compartment here, what you want to do is format your brand new SD card before you start recording for the first time. So go ahead and press enter, and then you'll get a little warning message because I already have stuff recorded on my card. And what you want to do is you want to scroll up here where it says execute, and then you press the enter button, and then it takes maybe like several seconds or so for the card to be formatted, which means everything that might be on it will be erased so that it's ready to start recording. I'm not going to do this because I don't want anything erased from my card. So I'm going to go to the exit out of that. Scroll down to the next one, factory reset. What that means is it's going to, if you enter that mode here to execute, what it's going to do is erase everything back to its original factory settings, just like you just bought a brand new and it just came out of the box. So for example, if you like completely messed up all your settings and you're frustrated, you can always do factory reset, and it'll erase everything, and then you can start fresh again. So let me just exit by pressing the menu button here, pressing the menu button again. And by the way, these are other settings in the menu. I'm not going to go over this right now, but let me just show you what some of the other settings are. So we have mic settings. Scroll down, you have file. Mic settings, you know what, let me just quickly go over. Mic settings are, by default, the low cut filter and the limiter are on, because if you press the enter button, you'll see that there are check marks for all the microphones. And same thing with the limiter. The default is that the check marks are on. I think these are actually useful features to have enabled, so I just leave it on default, which is on. You can turn it off if you want to. Let's press the menu button. File transfer. So what file transfer does when you press enter is you need to have a USB-C cable going on the left side of the PodTrak, and then the other side going into your laptop or computer. And this is how you transfer audio files back and forth from the PodTrak to your computer, or vice versa. And let's press the menu button to get out of that. Sometimes it takes a little longer. All right, so the next one down, we already went to settings. Let's go lower. So the next one is files. Press enter, and what files is that it has like all of these different recordings that are recorded onto the SD card. So I have like I have like tunes recorded. Here's Baby Got Back. Here's The Bad from Michael Jackson. Whatever. So that's files. And by the way, you can scroll up and down in files if you want to play back previous recordings. So once you've, like, let's say you want that one, recording number 1151, then you just press enter to play it back. So let me just exit out of that. Next one down is sound pad. Sound pad is right here, these buttons A, B, C, and D. Sound pads are jingles or pre-recorded like intros or outros that you can set for these buttons here to play. And next one down is I already did mic settings already. File transfer. Okay, so that's actually it. So as you can tell, it's actually pretty limited. There's really not a whole lot of menu settings for the PodTrak P4. So you really can't do like too much in way of customization. That's really all there is. Okay, so moving on, let's exit out of the menu settings here by pressing the menu button. So now this is the display that you will see. It's showing how much time is left on the memory card that you can record on. So the next couple things I want to talk about are really important items that I learned from the School of Hard Knocks, learning the hard way. So for example, here's the first thing I want to talk about. It's important to have the gain dial to 0 for any channels not being used. Otherwise, there will be unwanted background noise coming from the unused channels, even with no microphones attached. So what that means is, if you are only using channel 1, these channels are numbered consecutively. There's channel 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if you're only using channel 1 with a microphone inserted, you need to have channels 2, 3, and 4 with the gain dial to 0, 0 by turning the knob here, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Otherwise, if you don't have these set to 0, there will be unwanted background noise introduced into the audio, even though there are no microphones attached. So that's a very useful little tip to know about. And the next one is, if you are using channel 3 for bringing in a remote guest, do not have a microphone inserted into channel 3. Otherwise, there will be a problem being able to hear yourself and your guest at the same time. So this means you will need to use a different channel for inserting a microphone, such as channel 1, and then you'll be fine. So also make sure to adjust your channel 3 gain knob appropriately to be able to hear your guest at a suitable volume. Also set your gain dial appropriately for the channel you are using. So if you're using channel 1 for your microphone, have it set appropriately for that. Also make sure to have the volume on your smartphone. I'm not talking about the PodTrak, I'm talking about the volume level on your smartphone set at an appropriate volume level. Because if the volume on your smartphone is too low, you will have trouble hearing the other person. Okay, so the same thing also applies to using channel 4 here. If you're using channel 4 for bringing on a remote guest using the USB remote connection, do not have a microphone attached to channel 4 here. Use another channel instead, such as channel 1 or channel 2, if you are using the USB remote connection. Next up, before inserting a microphone into your PodTrak P4, make sure you know if your mic is either a dynamic or a condenser microphone, and that's a very important thing to know. So a dynamic mic does not require 48 volts of phantom power. Therefore, you switch the lever to the left side. So these are levers here that I'm referring to. So if you're using, for example, a dynamic mic that does not require phantom power, you have it set to the left side here. You just click it over to the left side. There's a little icon that looks like a microphone. If you are using a condenser microphone that does require 48 volts of phantom power, you need to do that. You need to move the switch over to the right side where it shows a different microphone with a small lightning icon right next to it. So that lightning icon indicates that this PodTrak P4 is providing 48 volts of phantom power to your condenser microphone. So that's the reason why it's important to know whether your microphone is a dynamic microphone or a condenser microphone. Let's see, what comes in the box? So what comes in the box is only the quick guide, which only has like maybe 16 or 17 pages of instructions that are really not very detailed. What you should do is go visit the Zoom Corporation website to download the full version of the manual for using the PodTrak P4. The full version manual is something like 57 pages long, and so I suggest to go ahead and do that. So now let's talk about some useful accessories for your new PodTrak P4 to get the most out of your new device. Because the only thing that comes in the box are 2 AA batteries, nothing else. So here are some useful accessories that you will need if you want to make full usage of your P4. Let's see, the first up, we have this guy here. So this is a Rode brand TRRS to TRRS 3.5 millimeter smartphone cable for using channel 3 for making phone calls to bring on a remote guest. A TRRS cable, that's 2 R's in between, not 1 R. So a TRRS cable here has, let me see if the camera can focus, it has 3 black rings on both sides. So if you count the rings here, here's 1, 2, 3 rings, and the other end also has 1, 2, 3 rings. So make sure you get a TRRS cable on both sides, and that's why this cable has the 3 black rings. If you get only the TRS cable, which only has 2 black rings, that's wrong and it will not work properly. So you want this cable, and I recommend this particular cable. This is made by Rode, and this is called the Rode SC9. S like Sam, C like Charlie, the number 9. This Rode SC9 TRRS to TRRS 3.5 millimeter cable works perfectly for the Rode Rodecaster Pro podcasting device. It's the one recommended. This is the cable recommended by Rode to use for the Rodecaster. This cable also works equally well on the Zoom PodTrak P4. It's a $30 cable. You can get this from Sweetwater Audio. Not too many places have this available or in stock, but Sweetwater Audio does have it. And what you want to do is, let me just move the PodTrak here. There are ports right here. On this side, on the right side of the port of the PodTrak, you'll see there's an icon here for the smartphone. So what you want to do is insert this cable on one end just like that, and on the other end you insert that into your smartphone. So again, one end goes here to the smartphone port and the other end goes directly into your smartphone. So that's, by the way, there are other cheaper alternatives. Here is an alternative brand that you can get here. This one is made by here. It's made by Cable Creation. So this Cable Creation TRRS cable to TRRS 3.5 millimeter cable, notice that it also has the 3 black rings on both ends, and this cable only costs something like $8. I got this cable because this is like a short 1.5 foot cord, so it's like let me just spread it out. So it's about 1.5 feet. What I like about this cord is that it's kind of short, and I just don't necessarily want a long cable. So this cable should work as well, and I got this from Amazon. So again, you just plug it into the smartphone port here on one end, and the other end, you just plug it into your phone. And by the way, you may need this or not. So on my Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus phone, which only has a USB-C port on the bottom, I need to get this special adapter. This is made by Google brand. So one side is USB-C, and then the other side is a 3.5 millimeter. And what I'll do is I attach this to the TRRS cable, and then this end here goes to the bottom of my smartphone. Because I use Android Samsung phones, I need this particular adapter. If you are using an iPhone, you will need a different adapter, which is Lightning on one side and 3.5 aux on the other side. Anyways, I got this USB-C to 3.5 millimeter adapter by Google brand from Best Buy. It costs $15. It's well worth it. The other very useful cable that you will want to get is this guy. USB-C to whatever other end that fits into your laptop or computer. In my case, I'm using this USB-C to USB-A cord. And the USB-C side goes right here. So let me just show you. On the left side of the PodTrak P4, you'll see that there's a DC 5 volts in port, and then below that is the USB-C port. So you plug this in like that, and then the other end, you plug it into your laptop or computer. And this is how you will be able to use channel 4 here for connecting to your computer, for making Skype or Zoom calls, for bringing on a remote guest. The other reason this is important is because you'll need a USB-C cable to transfer audio files back and forth from the PodTrak to your computer, or the other way around from your computer to your PodTrak. And lastly, the other thing that's really useful about this cable is that you actually want to get a second one. And here's the reason why you want to get a second USB-C cable, is because right here where it says DC 5 volts in, you plug this guy in, and then you can use an external battery to power the PodTrak P4 so that you don't need to rely on the two AA batteries, which will die quickly. So let me show you some examples of batteries here for external usage. This one here is a Mophie 10,000 milliamp battery. Actually, I got this from like Walgreens for, I want to say like $30. And so if I just simply plug it the other end into like here, and I turn it on, so now this Mophie 10,000 milliamp battery is powering the PodTrak P4 for many hours. So the power will first come from this external battery. And if this battery runs dead many hours later, then the two AA batteries will then be in use in the PodTrak P4. The other battery that I'm using, which is larger, is this guy here. This is a Anker brand 20,000 milliamp battery. So this is quite a bit larger in size. So notice for size comparison here, I mean, it's definitely longer, weighs more as well, but it'll last a lot longer as well. So that's another possibility. So that's the reason why you want to get a second USB-C cable. So one cable can be powering the PodTrak P4 using an external battery, and then the other USB-C cable can be hooked up to your computer so that you can use channel 4 for bringing on a remote guest using apps such as Zoom or Skype. While we're on the topic of batteries, I would also suggest getting some really decent rechargeable AA batteries so that you're not constantly using up alkaline batteries. In this case, I'm suggesting the Eneloop brand batteries. These are probably some of the best rechargeable batteries you can get. It comes in different versions. This one is blue color. There's another one that's white color. The black ones are the ones that are extra powerful and cost considerably more. And you can get it with the included Eneloop rechargeable recharging pack. It's like this part retracts outwards and it just goes right into an AC wall outlet. And so you can just recharge these batteries so that you don't have to constantly keep wasting Duracell or Energizer alkaline batteries. If you're going to be using these types of rechargeable batteries, you want to make sure to go into the menu setting of the PodTrak P4 to change the battery type to NIMH. which is, I believe it stands for nickel metal hydride for rechargeable batteries, which this is, as opposed to using alkaline batteries. So this is very useful to get. I suggest the Eneloop brand. For memory card choices, I recommend getting this SanDisk Extreme Pro brand. Let me just put it up to the camera a little closer here. Okay, so this particular card, I like it a lot. The reason is because this is the fastest memory card you can get that is rated for UHS-1 speed, whereas the UHS-2 speed cards are way more expensive and unnecessary. I personally like to use the 128 gigabyte size because I can record for many hours, but a 64 gigabyte size card is probably just fine. And I usually get these from Best Buy when they're on sale. I also like this particular Extreme Pro version, which is rated quite fast for speed transfer right here. And the reason why I like this card is because I can also use it on my Canon 4K DSLR cameras, and it records in 4K video quality just fine. The transfer rate is very fast. I'm not noticing any buffering or stuttering. So I really recommend this SanDisk Extreme Pro memory card. In particular, I think the 128 gigabyte size is sufficiently large and it will last you for many hours of recording time. Okay, next up, you should get a decent pair of headphones, monitoring headphones in particular. I'm using the Audio-Technica M20X monitoring headphones, which are considered professional quality at a budget price for about $49. So this Audio-Technica, by the way, Audio-Technica also makes other higher quality headphones, but those cost double and triple. So the way it works is the PodTrak P4 has 1, 2, 3, 4 headphone out port, and this Audio-Technica headphones comes with a 1/4-inch adapter. So what you want to do is you just remove the 1/4-inch adapter so that it reveals the 3.5 millimeter adapter, and then you're able to plug in to the bottom of the P4 headphone out port. So again, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 separate headphone out ports, so that if you have 4 different guests, each of them can have their own separate headphones. And as another possibility, I even have like this very budget, very compact Sony headphones. This particular one is called the Sony MDR-ZX110 headphones. I don't know how I got lucky, but I got it from Target when it was on sale a couple of weeks ago for $9.99. I believe it's so strange. It went up to like $30 a couple of weeks later. But this particular headphones, you can buy it on Amazon for like around $12. And I like it because it's very compact and portable. And this folds out like so here. There we go. So it folds out, and it's very compact, budget headphones, nothing special. But if you have a couple of these, I think it will work for you just fine. So let's not forget about XLR microphones to get. There are many choices available. I suggest getting a dynamic microphone instead of a condenser microphone. A dynamic microphone does not require 48 volts of phantom power. And there are many good choices available for about $100. My suggestion is to get either the Shure SM58 microphone here. Let me just show you a little more close up here. Let's see. This is the Shure SM58 microphone. This particular model has the on-off switch, which I find useful. It costs an extra several dollars more. So I think with this on-off switch, I think it's called the S model, and it's like $104 versus $99. And this other microphone here is the Audio-Technica ATR 2100X USB-C microphone. It's hard to go wrong with either of these budget $100 mics. So the reason why I like this particular Audio Technica microphone is because this particular microphone has dual XLR and USB-C ports, which is very unique for a microphone. Very few microphones have dual USB-C and XLR inputs. The other microphone is called a Samsung, spelled SAMSON, and that's like maybe like half the price of this. Although nowadays all these microphones have really gone up in price. And what's also cool about this particular microphone is that it has a headphone in port, so you can plug in a headphone directly into the microphone, as well as this switch right here, which is a volume switch for increasing or decreasing the volume of your headphones. So I just find it very useful I just like this microphone a lot. It even has an on-off switch button here. And this light right here only lights up if you're using the USB-C cable directly into your computer. In your case, if you're using an XLR cable into the PodTrak P4, this light will not light up. This light will only light up if you're using the USB-C cable going directly into your computer. So for only $100, this Audio Technica ATR 2100X mic also comes with an XLR cable in the box and a USB-C cable for connecting directly to your computer. And it also has a short tabletop mic stand. I also recommend getting this $5 wind foam to help reduce plosives while speaking closely to the microphone. It fits very snugly right over the microphone capsule. It's like $5. You can do a search on Amazon for the Shure SM58 wind foam, and this same wind foam will fit this Audio Technica microphone as well as this Shure SM58 microphone. Okay, next on the list, I recommend getting a decent adjustable tabletop microphone stand. I suggest getting this budget tabletop mic stand that is portable and has an adjusting telescoping handle to elevate the mic higher. This mic has the brand name of On Stage right here, and it's a knockoff of the Rode brand version, which you can get either the Rode version of this or this On Stage mic stand from Amazon. So let me just show you what it can do here. So when I rotate this right here, notice that it has a telescoping handle so that it can go up like another half foot higher. So then it can actually be quite tall on the desk here. So now I'm just going to lower it down. In this example, I have here the Rode Pod mic attached to the On Stage microphone stand, but with the correct handle, you can be able to attach a Shure SM58 or the Audio Technica ATR 2100X microphone that I mentioned earlier. Okay, another useful accessory that you might need to get is this little guy right here. This is a special 5/8 to 3/8 mic screw adapter, or the reverse size is 3/8 to 5/8. And this is what the adapter looks like here. So what it does is you'll need this adapter possibly in order to fit your microphone onto the mic stand or holder. And you'll notice that this side right here has a smaller hole. And then the other side here with the screws here, you screw the bottom of the mic holder on so that it has a larger diameter here. So what I suggest is going on Amazon and buying these two different sizes. So 5/8 to 3/8 as well as 3/8 to 5/8. They only cost like a few dollars each, and you may need to get these adapters in order to have your microphone holder attached to the microphone stand. Next up, you might want to find a carry case for your PodTrak. Because the PodTrak P4 is so compact, there are many choices that can be used. Here is a tablet holder case here, made by Case Logic, and it's meant to hold a tablet. But this 8-inch case works equally well for holding the PodTrak P4. Let me demonstrate. It has a zipper here that goes around for opening and closing. So this 8-inch tablet holder semi-hard shell case can just be inserted right into the case here, and then boom, it like completely closes. And it's actually very snug. In fact, it's a little bit too snug because you'll see that there's a little bit of a bump indentation where the gain dial knobs are kind of pressing against the material. But I've used it before and it works okay. Plus there's even extra room available here off to the side, so you can have all your assorted smartphone cable, USB-C cable, and whatever else. I also have this very compact camera carry case. This one here is made by Photo Tools brand and can hold the PodTrak P4 plus one XLR microphone and cable, plus has pockets to hold various other things. So let me just demonstrate. Here's the, I'm just opening the top of the carry case. I can fit the PodTrak P4 inside, and I can also fit a microphone here easily. Plus, I have here a 3 feet cable. A 6 feet cable can also fit just as easily here. So then I have a little divider right here that comes with the camera case. So this divider helps to separate the P4 so that the microphone and the PodTrak don't scratch up each other. And so then I can just zip it up here. And then the front of the of this pocket here, I can put all my cables and accessories. And then I even have a pocket here where I can put my Mophie 10,000 milliamp battery, which is right here. So then I can even just put this battery right here like so, and boom, it closes. I even have another pocket here on the other side that I can put more stuff. So this is just a very inexpensive, very compact carry case for cameras. It has a shoulder strap. So maybe go to your local camera store and get something similar, and this would work just fine. Here is a plastic container that I got from the Container Store that costs $3. This container can perfectly fit the Audio-Technica ATR 2100X microphone or the Shure SM58 mic inside, plus have extra room for a 3 feet or 6 feet XLR cable. And this is a good, cheap way to protect your microphone from damage. So let me demonstrate. So it just snaps the lid here, open this plastic container. Here is the Audio-Technica microphone. Here is a 3 feet XLR cable. I can also fit a 6 feet cable as well. So then it just goes onto the side here, and then boom, it's very secure. It's not going anywhere. And I have like a few of these containers for $3 each, and I just put XLR microphones into them. This one is made by Curver Multi-Snap is what it's called. Curver is spelled C-U-R-V-E-R, Multi-Snap. And then here is the SKU label on the other side. The number is 100772237. The Container Store, made in Hungary. And there's another number here, 244046. Anyways, this thing literally costs, I think, like $2.99 or $3.25, I forget which, but it's super cheap. I mean, it's not going anywhere. I just find it very useful to have a few of these for my microphones. My last tip is getting a smartphone holder clamp and a mini tabletop tripod so you can elevate the PodTrak P4 off the table. So let me explain the reason why that is useful. So the PodTrak P4, if you reverse it on the back side, notice that there is no 1/4-inch thread in the back of the unit, as does other Zoom recorders such as the Zoom H6 and H5. So because the reverse side nor the bottom has any 1/4-inch thread or any thread whatsoever, you cannot attach a tripod clamp or a quick release plate anywhere to the side or back or wherever. The point is there's no thread that you can be able to use to elevate the PodTrak P4 off the table, such as what the other Zoom recorders have. So I have improvised by doing the following. So here we have a smartphone clamp holder. So this thing is so generic, it does not even have a brand name to it. The important thing is this. Notice that on this side right here, on the back side, there is a 1/4-inch thread. And this particular generic universal clamp has a knob so that when I screw it like this, notice that it's closing in, it's getting tighter. If I go the other way, then of course it's getting larger. So what you want to do is you want to place your phone here. Let me just grab a phone here. So let's use this phone as an example. So then what you do is, sorry, that's not what I meant to show you. I was meant to show you that this is meant to use for a smartphone holder. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to attach this universal clamp right onto the PodTrak P4. So this is very secure. I mean, look, it's not going anywhere. There are other clamps as well, but let me just show you what this one can do. So there, I have so many different tabletop tripods. This one is made by Joby. And what I like about this particular Joby tripod, tabletop tripod, is that it has a locking adjustable ball head. So when you press the button here, see that? It moves around the ball head, and then when you release it, it locks into place. Now it doesn't move. It also has this here so that you can lower it down. So that's a very useful feature. And what's also cool is that these 3 legs, when they are collapsed into itself, it's contoured in such a way that you can hand hold it very comfortably, because this is meant to be a camera tripod. So I can have like one of my small mirrorless Canon cameras attached to right here, and then I can flip out the LCD screen and do YouTube self-vlogging and just go ahead and videotape myself. But in this case, I'm going to use it for attaching onto this PodTrak P4. So on the back end of the universal clamp, there is a 1/4-inch thread. So a 1/4 inch is like the universal size for most anything that for like smartphones and cameras. So look, I can just now screw this in like so, and then boom, look at that, it's not going anywhere. So then now I can just put this on the table, and then I can adjust it by pressing this locking ball head, and then position exactly how I want it to. So I can just put it right on the table like so. The other stands that I have are like this guy here. This is a DLC brand. It's a tabletop tripod. It's very similar to the Gorilla brand tabletop tripod. What I like about this DLC brand is it has smooth legs and it's bendable. See that? I can bend it any which way. I can even clamp it onto like a tree branch or to the top part of a chair, or and then be able to see, like I can just bend it in such a way that it will hold on to most anything there. So let's pretend this is like a tree branch. So now the tree branch is holding on to this tabletop tripod, which in turn is holding on to the PodTrak P4 or a small camera like a GoPro or whatever. So I can also use this here. So I can remove the Joby tripod and then use this guy instead if I want to. The other stand that I have that I find very useful, this is the stand that I was using for this entire video most of the time. So what this is, I don't even know the brand name of this guy. I got it from Amazon, but it's a selfie stick. So notice that at the bottom here it has like these legs that fold inwards, and it's really compact. I mean, I think it's only like maybe 14 inches, and it has a telescoping handle so that when you screw it out, I mean, it goes like way high. Yeah, way high. I mean, like, look at that. Here's the end of it here. I think it goes something like over 50 inches high. So I got this from Amazon. I think it costs like around, I don't know, $25, $30. And it's a selfie stick that even comes with a Bluetooth remote control that you can pair to your smartphone for taking pictures. And so I can also use this right here because it has a 1/4 inch thread, and then just attach it to that universal holder that I was talking about. It even has like a rotating, so when I loosen this right here, it rotates, and plus it goes like it rotates this way, and it goes up and down this way, and it has like a locking mechanism here. Anyways, just another idea here as well. And also what I want to show is this guy here is another clamp. This one actually does have a brand name. It's made by Digi Power, D-I-G-I Power, and it's not sold by itself as a clamp. It's sold really as a very small LED light, because I do a lot of filming with my various cameras, and this even has a little diffuser built into it. It even comes with its rechargeable battery. Did the battery die? Let's see. Oh, there it goes. That's the first level of brightness, the second level of brightness, and the third level of brightness. And I'm just going to turn it off for now. The point is, I got this from Best Buy for something like $19.99, and this clamp was also included with it. So what that means is I can even demonstrate by showing you that that clamp works for holding up the PodTrak P4. So let me just unscrew this universal generic clamp that has no name on it, no brand name on it. But the important thing is it has a 1/4 inch screw, both on the back as well as the bottom. You can probably find something similar on Amazon. So this is the Digi brand LED light here that comes with this cell phone holder. And it's spring loaded here. So then notice that when I go like this, it goes opens and closes. So I'm just going to go like this and then just boom, spread it out like so right there. And then now I can, for example, have this little small Joby tabletop tripod and just screw it onto here. And look at that. It's very secure. I mean, it's not going anywhere. And so that's another option that you can use as well. And the reason why I mentioned that one is because that one actually does have a brand name, and it doubles as a LED light. I mean, that's actually what it's used for. And this particular clamp has a cold shoe, not hot shoe, but a cold shoe mount, so that you can attach the LED light right here, like so that you can have a light on you. For example, when you're doing like a Zoom call and you want to have a little bit of light on your face when you have the stand attached on the table as well. The last thing I want to mention is that I wish I had the Zoom BTA-2 PodTrak series Bluetooth adapter. That $49 optional accessory can be used to plug into this tiny little port right there on the bottom right side of the PodTrak P4, and that is used for making wireless Bluetooth smartphone calls, so that you don't need to have a physical smartphone cable attached. I don't have the Bluetooth adapter. It's not even available for shipping at time of this recording here. Even if I had it, I'm not sure I would use it or recommend it, because anytime you're using a Bluetooth wireless for making calls, there's always the potential for latency delays, meaning there might be like a slight delay in audio when doing any type of phone call using a wireless technology. I wish I had that so I can at least test it out, but as mentioned, it's not available yet for shipping out. Sweetwater Audio has it on pre-order now for $49. So maybe I might get it if or when it comes out finally. Okay, that's all my tips and tricks for using the new Zoom PodTrak P4. I hope you found this video interesting and useful. If you like the video, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel and pressing the like button. Until then, we'll see you again next time.